Come on in, everybody. Good morning, good morning. I was going to go live, but then I decided I would just do upload. That way I can talk, and that way I'm not like reading comments and stuff like that. Plus I'm driving, and it's just a lot easier when you're uploading and you're driving and you don't have to read the comments and things like that. It's not detouring you and stuff, so it's easier this way. So I wanted to talk about a few things specifically to help our people. So much stuff is going on. Actually, last night as I was watching TV, my phone went off. And when my phone went off, it said that the Supreme Court overruled that the evictions, they passed the evictions moratorium. So that means that the evictions that was supposed to be on halt would have been safe over the winter, because they're not going to evict all these families and put them out over the winter. Well, yesterday the Supreme Court overturned that, passed it. So now, as of today, tomorrow, next, if you live in a community, if you live in apartments, live in a rental property, they can evict. They can proceed with the evictions and have you evicted. And they're gonna come and set your things out on the street. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing nobody else can do about it. The landlords, the managers, none of them, they don't have to wait anymore. They don't have to put a halt on it anymore to wait to see what you guys are gonna do about trying to pay your back rent. So yesterday I got a phone call from a good friend of mine, a fellow YouTuber. I love her to death. She's amazing. Someone close to her, a burnt out their apartment, electrical wire, called me because she needs some advice as far as how to do management, because she knows that I'm a property manager. I've been in property management for well over 20 years, and I know a little something. Come to find out, the people that should have been helping young lady that was burnt out of her unit did not help her the way they should have helped her. Not the Red Cross, not the Salvation Army, not even her apartment community. And some of you guys remember me talking way back some months ago, a couple of years ago, where I was telling you guys about when you donate to these charities, when you donate to the Salvation Army, Catholic Charities, the Red Cross, and I was explaining to you guys about donate to them. Less than 10% actually go to people. That means people like you and me. That means if your daughter or your mother or anybody in your family have a crisis, they need help. They might need clothing. They might need food, shelter. They may need some type of help. They may not get it. They may not get the help that they need. But we all put in that pot, we put in that red kettle, we put in that bucket millions and millions and millions of dollars to help our people, to help everyone. I was just talking the other day and letting, because I have, my son's father is a truck driver, been a truck driver for over 30 years. And I know truck drivers that literally was driving hours upon hours for free to deliver food and clothing and water, all kind of stuff to women and children and families that need it. And to this day, that stuff is sitting in a warehouse. Sitting in the warehouse. Remember the floods that happened in Puerto Rico, where all families were flooded out, had nowhere to go, no food, no clothing, no nothing. Other parts where people were burnt out, where their whole houses burnt down, they was left with nothing. These folks, and we donated millions of dollars, and a lot of these people did not get the money. They did not get the clothing. They did not get the food. They did not get the. I had a friend that told me works in the nonprofit sector, because if you do real estate and things like that, you get to know a lot of people. You ask anybody that's a realtor, that's a leasing agent, that's a broker, that's a real estate attorney. They will tell you they know a lot of people, lots of people. I got Rolodex upon Rolodex of business cards and different people that I know, and they will tell you that they come across so many different people, especially when folks that have emergency situations. You never forget them. You never forget the people with the emergency situation that need housing very quickly, that need food, that need clothing. You never forget them. And it's that so many of them never received none of the help, none of the assistance that was donated to them. So when my good girlfriend called me yesterday, and I called her back because I was at work, I was appalled. I was pissed off, and she said to me, she said, "Miss Gina, I remember when you were talking about all of this. I remember when you said all." She said, "You was right on the head. You hit the nail right on the head." She says, "All the people that are supposed to help this woman, they have not helped her. They have not did what they were supposed to do." So I'm basically telling her and giving her the advice and telling her step by step to do this. Make sure you got your paperwork together. Make sure your I's is dotted and your T's are crossed. And if you still don't get anywhere, call the news media. Call the news media. Because there is no way that a family, I think they're a family of 4 or a family of 5, somewhere in there, with underage children, with minor children, should have not had shelter. They should have had food. They should have gotten gift cards. They should, especially when you're in a fire that had nothing to do with you. When you didn't start the fire. The fire was an electrical fire. So that means that something in their unit caused this fire. So that means that the apartment community, the city, the neighborhood, the people, everyone should have gotten together and helped this family out and made sure that this family had everything that they needed, especially them children. Especially those children. So the next time, and we are already where the holidays are coming up. Halloween will be coming up soon, and then you got Thanksgiving and Christmas, and all of this is coming up real soon. Labor Day is coming up, and everybody, the time where everybody is asking, can you give, can you donate? And we're generous. We're generous about donating, because when it's the holidays and when it's like this, we want to help our people. But we never think about, is our people really getting it? Are they really helping stuff that they need? And so our fellow YouTuber, she says, "Miss Gina, you said it. You called it." And she said it's a shame that no one's helping her. And I was telling her, make sure she does this, and this. Make sure she has everything that she needs. Make sure that her I's are dotted and her T's are crossed, and she's asking the right person And if she's getting anywhere with this person or that person, make sure she go over their head and call corporate. Make sure because everybody got to answer to somebody till you get all the way up. And so I told her, I said, you call corporate and you explain, and you have her explain to corporate what went on and what happened. And you make sure she get that fire report. Because I've seen, like I said, I've worked in management, in real estate, in the housing industry, low income, Section 8, you name it, subsidized. I've worked in this industry for a very long time. And I've seen where floods and fires and even mold, different things has happened in people's units, and then the property manager, them or the company, switch it around and try to make it like it was something that the tenant did, and the tenant didn't have nothing to do with it. And then when they start to help them, they wind up not getting any help because they're like, oh well, we found out, or oh well, we were told that such and such, such and such. So I said to her, I said, you know, that young lady, first thing she does is get that report. Get that report immediately that says that fire was started electrical, and make sure she takes pictures and videos of her entire unit, because all of that is going to, and it's a shame that we have to go through this and we have to do this, because let me tell you something. And I know, and people might say, oh, here we go with it being a color thing. It is a color thing. It is a color thing. Because you already know, if you live in a certain area, if you're a certain, you don't, even if the fire was your fault, even if the fire, you started the fire, it could, you know, it could a grease fire, you're cooking or something, or your children playing with matches or what. I've seen where kids have started the fire and nobody questioned that. They were about, we got to help this family. But when it gets to us, when it gets to, it's who started the fire. Why are you asking her who started the fire? Be thankful that it was no tragedies, that they got out of there alive and that they're okay. You can always worry about who, the fire department is going to do their investigation. You can worry about who started the fire and who did X, Y, and Z later. Right now, how about let's worry about where these folks are going to stay. They don't even have a hotel. They don't have a hotel. They're in a 2-bedroom, in a small unit. This was burnt out 3-bedroom apartment. And staying with her mom, and they're all in a 2-bedroom apartment. Come on now. And I know for a fact that the apartment community, they got vacant units. If you're not 100% occupied, there's another unit you can transfer that family in and let that family stay there until they figure out what they're gonna do, how they're gonna place them. It's horrible. I just want you guys to think first before you go and start donating over the holiday season. Think about, is that money really going to where it's supposed to be going? Because it's not. It's not. I'm not asking nobody anything. I'm not asking, honey, I work hard every fucking day. And when I go out and help, this is the reason why I say, when I personally donate and do things, I go and get the donations myself, and I give it directly to the people. If I know a mother that's in need of assistance in any way, shape, or form, I go out and I get the donations myself and I help that family. I go out and I go and set up a table in the most neat area, and we give everything away until there's nothing else left to give. And they don't have to give us their metal card. They don't have to show us their ID. All they got to do is come. That's it. That's all they got. Me and my children and friends of mine have spent hours, you hear me? Hours upon hours making personal bags, making gift bags, getting blankets together, getting food, boxes of food and stuff, and we just go out and we just give it to where it is genuinely, truly needed. Because these churches too, these churches, these charities, all of these other places are not helping our people. They're not helping these children. And it's horrible. It's horrible. So just think about that when you guys decide to donate. You're better off buying the supplies. You're better off buying the items and going and taking it where it's needed. Go to the shelters yourself and hand deliver it to those families. You better off going, just driving in a not so, good area or a needed area, and just give it to those families. Because the churches, the charities, all these other places, they're not helping. And the person that's helping this young lady whose daughter was burnt out and everything, she said to me, she says, Miss Gina, she says, I'm contacting you because I know you know about this. She said, I don't want to be the one to not give her the right advice. And I know this is what you do for a living. So this is why I'm calling you and asking you, what should we do? Because I'm ready to go and curse somebody out because they're not helping family the way they should. She was telling me this, and I'm over the phone, and I'm ready to jump through the phone on somebody. I understand. I know how it is because I've been there. I've been homeless. I've been to where I had to leave my home because of mold, because of a fire, because of different situations, and not had anyone to help. So I know how that is. And it's hard when you're someone that you have no idea where to go. You think this something now? They just did this. They just overturned the eviction moratorium. Honey, it's about to be so many people that are about to be homeless and that are about to be on the street. And remember that 10% that I told you? That 10% that I've told you has to be split with everybody. Imagine that being split with all of these people right now that are about to be evicted. Because you know who gets the big money? The CEOs. The CEOs is getting millions and millions of dollars in their pocket. Okay? Those that's higher up on the corporate level, they're splitting all of that. They're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars in bonuses. And they're saying, what's left, that we're going to sit 10% aside. We're going to sit 10% aside to split up against all these. And that's why they run out of funds so much. If you think I'm lying, go to one of those places, CETA, Catholic Charities, Salvation Army, where they tell you, we don't know how much our funds are going to last, how long our funds are going to last. We got a little bit more left. We're hoping that we'll get other funds and stuff. I've heard that over and over again. I've went different places. You know the reason why they don't know? Because they don't get. Everybody's getting a little bit. So, and then those funds run out so quickly. They run out so quickly that they don't even have half the people. Half the people don't even get housing, food, clothing. Not even half. You lucky if it's a tenth. And it's about, honey, it's about to be crazy right about now. It's about to be insane right about now because all these people are about to be evicted. All of these people don't have anywhere to go. They do not know what to do. And if the eviction has already been turned on their name, they can't even move into another place. They're penalized, all because they lost their jobs, all because their jobs didn't start back up. After everything was lifted, their jobs may have not even opened back up. It's about to be a nightmare. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you what I know. And this young lady, she wasn't even evicted. Her apartment caught on fire. And she's not even getting the help that she needs. Illinois State Fire Marshal. I got Illinois State Fire Marshal is right in front of me. See that? Think about that. Think about that. Think about all of these women, children, babies, families, those that are disabled, the elderly. Think about, where are they going to go? What are they going to do? Because everything's been lifted. It breaks my heart. I don't know about how you feel. I'm blessed because I've been in this industry, and even when I was homeless and everything, I was able to get my family out of that situation. Like, I was able to find a place, not only get us a place, but find us a very nice apartment. And then when we moved, our apartment into my home, I live in a very, very beautiful home because I know the industry, because I know people. It wasn't hard for me. It's hard for those that don't have any help, any support, don't know where to go. When you don't have that security deposit, where you gonna go? What agencies? I went to several communities, and I was just telling, went to several different communities, and I would make a folder, and it would be a folder assistance for the tenants. And I would literally put in folder different types of agent companies and social workers and different things like that they could call. So there was an issue that went on with it so that because the manager didn't even know. We had I saw that one community, and it was an older gentleman, and he was older, and he got sick, and the fire department had to come, and because the place was so cluttered, they reported to the city. So the city called the manager and was telling the manager, this has cleaned up. You have a certain amount of time. This is not, cleaned up. I have to start fining. The manager did not know start. He said, I don't know. I got a task for you. He didn't know that dude. He didn't know that I always a non-profit. So that was a hard task for me, but he gave it me because he knew where to start. He knew where to look. But I knew